Defense against ransomware involves ransomware prevention and backup protection. This video demonstrates how to implement ransomware prevention. Click Server's Quota. Ensure the agent of your server is online and the premium edition or higher is enabled. Configure ransomware prevention. This function will deploy honeypot files on server and isolate suspicious processes. Choose ransomware prevention. The default ransomware prevention policy is enabled. You can add a custom protection policy on the Policies tab, or use the default policy. Policy content. Set action to report alarm or report alarm and isolate. If report alarm and isolate is selected, the ransomware will be blocked and isolated. Enable or disable dynamic honeypot protection. If it is enabled, lightweight honeypot files will be placed in a random directory based on common ransomware encryption rules and dynamically changed at a certain interval. You can add important file directories to the honeypot file directories. Honeypot files will be generated in the directories to capture ransomware encryption behaviors. You can specify excluded directories where you do not want to place honeypots. For example, for a directory that is only allowed to store jar packages, you can set it as an excluded directory, and dynamic honeypots will not be placed under this directory. Select multiple or all file types under Protection File Type. This parameter determines the types of generated honeypot files. Now, the ransomware prevention policy configuration is complete. Configure backup protection. Backup protection enables you to restore ransomware encrypted data on servers using backups. If vault binding status is bound and backup policy status is enabled, it indicates backup protection is enabled. If vault binding status is unbound, click Enable and select a vault. You can click a backup policy to check and modify its settings. A backup policy consists of a backup rule and a retention rule. Cloud backup and recovery CBR will backup data based on the backup frequency and execution time you select. You can configure retention by backup quantity or time period. You can configure backup policies based on service requirements and vault size. Now the backup protection configuration is complete. Demonstrate ransomware prevention. We are going to simulate a ransomware attack to demonstrate ransomware prevention. Root data is the data directory and has been set as a protected directory. We can see the honeypot file has been generated. Now, we run commands to add the execute permission to the virus sample file and run the file. The ransomware will try encrypting server files. Now the ransomware is executed, and the user who has remotely logged in is forcibly logged out. Log in again. We can see that the data in the data directory is not encrypted, and the ransomware is isolated. Log in to the console. A suspicious ransomware encryption alarm is reported. If the alarm severity is high, a ransomware backup will be triggered only once a day.